Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in this beautiful planet of ours. It is Metaphysical Mocha Mondays with Marc here on the Intuitive Prospector page. I just want to thank you this morning. Get my hair here. Just got done doing some meditation and going to be talking about manifesting and how our thoughts become boomerangs. So if you don't mind, if you guys would be so kind to share the page out, need all the help I can get in getting today's message out. Metaphysical Mocha Mondays is in its second season. I've been doing this for 2 seasons now, and it's to get a positive message out for the week. That's what Metaphysical Mocha Mondays is all about. So if you're just joining us, thank you so much for being here today. One of the requirements for hanging out is having a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. I'm here in Seattle, Washington. And the whole focus of the show is to inspire you, to guide you, to get you thinking outside the box, to share some of my, what I call soul adventures with you, talk about what's coming up in the work that I'm doing here in Seattle, Washington. If you want to learn more about the work I'm doing, spiritual prospecting for your own spiritual gold, psychic readings, mediumship readings, spirituality, hikes, Forest Fridays, scuba diving, living again. That's what my practice is all about, the Intuitive Prospector. It's about helping people through the grieving process, just understanding death and dying is a better, deeper understanding of death and dying, with my own journey. And I'm here every Monday morning here on the Intuitive Prospector page. We start at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so wherever you're out in the world, I know we got people all over across the country and over in England and down under, so it's really cool to be hanging out with you this morning. And we go till a half hour, so we'll go to 8:30, and then at 8:30 I'll switch over. The video ends, but I come right back on for the prospecting Q&A after show, which is a direct conversation with me, and it is a way to ask questions, say hi to the spiritual community. Just depends on who's in the community that day, and really just ask your questions and get some guidance and some spirituality. So it looks like we got a lot of people on. Good morning, April. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Deeps. Good morning, Karen. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this morning. And if you would be so kind, please share out, please subscribe, please hit the like button when I'm going live every Monday morning. I sometimes go live other days of the week, depending if I decide I want to do some free readings or whatnot. But please make sure to share out to other people that might need this message, because today we're talking about manifesting and some of the things that I'm going to share with you, some of my journeys, but it's really about your thoughts are like boomerangs. What your thoughts go out, your thoughts come back. But before we get into the message of the week, I'll also give you a crystal for the week, I'll give you a spirit totem animal for the week, and I'll give you a numerology number for the week. Things to look for when it comes to signs, symbols, synergy, synchronistic events of the spiritual world. Something that, I'll be honest, I didn't believe in my journey in my first half of my life, and it wasn't until after a lot of death and dying within my own personal family, being around death and dying as a professional career person, and then my own near-death experience, that things really started to change. And now I share that with people to let them know that the spirit world is constantly around us. Just like the wind, we see the effects of the wind. We don't see the wind. We can see the effects of the spirit world on our life. We just don't necessarily see them with our physical eyes. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, taking a nice deep breath with me. I've got my hemp protein shake, hemp infused. Been on the hemp plant now for about 5 months. My hemp oil, feeling a lot nano enhanced, so I take it sublingual. Feeling amazing, guys. But this morning, manifesting, thoughts are like boomerangs, and so you got to be careful about what goes out to what comes back in. And for those of you that know what manifesting is, fantastic. The question I would ask is, are you using manifestation in your journey, in your life? And I'm going to give you some things. It's funny because my journey of manifestation started years ago in 2008 when I was taking sports medicine and human performance. Here's one of my books, Applied Sports Psychology. So I'm going to be sharing some things about manifesting with you out of that. I'm going to be giving you some tips to go over, and most importantly, just inspiring you for the week. That's what this show is all about. So let's talk about some things that you can do real quick for your manifestation. If you are somebody that meditates, if you are somebody that uses your intuition, uses awareness, it's very important to understand the law. Some of you may know it as a law of attraction. Some of you may know it as like attracts like. I call it the law of manifestation, and manifesting what you want in your mind eye before you bring it out into your reality. I like to say that things are born twice. First in our mind, and then what we do, what actions do we take to bring out into our reality. So this morning is manifesting. Your thoughts are like boomerangs, because what really goes out does come back in. I'm Marc, your host for this morning's Metaphysical Mocha Mondays. If you want to check out the work I'm doing here in Seattle, please visit marclanehart.com. Internet search The Intuitive Prospector. You can also catch me here every Monday morning for Metaphysical Mocha Mondays, or every Wednesday afternoon live through the internet radio, Inspired Living Radio. It's an hour-long show. We have amazing shows. We're doing an encore show for this week because it's the 4th of July, Independence Day here in the United States. So we're going to be doing an encore show talking about near-death experiences. Fascinating show. 2 hospice nurses wrote a book about their experience with people that are getting ready to transition through death and dying, and wrote about it, and they did a 13-year study on it. And so it's a fascinating book. In fact, I think I have the transcript right here still. But we're going to be doing an encore show called Near-Death Experiences and How the NDEs Can Transform Your Life. NDEs transformed my life. I've not only had one, but I've had 2. One when I was little, I fell out of a tree, and my second one, I think I was 5 when I fell out of my tree and was in a coma for a couple of days, walking with the shadow people. And then my second one was when I was at 27 in a river accident and got pinned under a bunch of logs. So that's going to be a fun show on Wednesday. So check that out. That's through the internet, Om Times Radio. It's called Inspired Living Radio. You can just get on the internet, search for it. It's Inspired Living Radio with Marc and Kim. We're in our 3rd season, and we have over 150 podcasts now, I think. So if you want to get any of the past podcasts, just head over to my YouTube library, The Intuitive Prospector, and you can get all the Metaphysical Mocha Mondays, Inspired Living Radio. Make sure to subscribe to that playlist because I upload every week new videos, hiking, diving, meditations. It's a lot of fun, what I call spiritual awesomeness. So what's some of the things that you can do today to help with your manifestation? How do you manifest what's in here and bring it out into your reality? How do you create your reality? So one of the things that I like to do is the first thing I start out with is if I wake up and my attitude is a little down, my vibration's down, I work with gratitude, an attitude for gratitude. So start with the day with gratitude. I use what I call the Grateful 8. 8 things that I'm thankful for. Eyes to see, elbows to bend my arm, ears to hear, taste buds to taste my coffee that I'm drinking with you this morning. So that's how you can start out. That's part of the law of manifestation, starting your mindset out with gratitude. The other thing I like to focus in on is I don't let others control how I feel. So this is a big one because when you get up and you check your phone, most of us are technology addicted, myself included. I've been really trying to work on that. But we check our phone, we check the news, and that can be an influencer to how to make you feel throughout the day. The reason I do Mocha Mondays is because Monday is the least favorite day for most people. It might be your favorite day, but for some people it's the worst day because you got to go back to work. You got to start the daily grind. And I thought what better way to inspire people and to help people and to guide people and to uplift people is to do a show on Monday mornings. And that's where the concept of Metaphysical Mocha Mondays started. And I was on the Om Times Institute page last year, and we just switched over to the Intuitive Prospector page to reach people. And so if you could, please share out. This is about sharing with community and making a difference in the world. And right now, there's a lot going on in the world, and we need more of us light workers, more of us that are awakening from our shakening, more of us that use our intuition and awareness to come together in community to make a difference in the world and not get so tribal, not get into each corner and try to fight and divide, but come together and do things that make a difference and help people, help our planet, help each other. So you can do that through an attitude for gratitude. Don't let others control how you're thinking. You're in control of your own thoughts. It's the only control that you really ever have is how you control your reaction to your state of mind based on what life brings your way. I always talk about notice the signs and the synchronistic events, the synergy of the spirit world. It could be a movie, a song, a penny on the ground, a feather, a dream, an actual interaction with the spirit world. I always say to journal your manifestations. Manifesting is, like I said, my journey of meditation, which led me to my spiritual journey, started with my graduate degree in sports medicine. It had nothing to do with spiritualism, mediumship, psychic readings. It was all about working with the professional athlete and some of the things that you can work on from visualization, manifestation, and the things that you want to have into your life and how you bring them out. So start journaling your manifestations of what you see for what you want. A lot of people don't know what they want because they haven't taken the time to disconnect from it all, and they're just crazy with life, going about life in the crazy rat race that we are, getting on what I call the hamster wheel. And they don't take the time to disconnect so they can reconnect to their higher self, to nature, to what their path is, to what they want to do for their life. Finding a mentor, finding a teacher that can help you in this journey, getting paid to do what you love so it doesn't feel like a job, all these little things. And I wouldn't be sharing this with you today if I have not taken these steps myself. So have a journal for your manifestations, and have fun with your visualizations. Have fun. Dare to dream, dare to explore, dare to live is my tagline for the Intuitive Prospector. Because I just got tired of the mundane status quo bullshit. I'll be honest with you. It's buying into that, and I flipped script and decided to live authentic and have the show, have a radio show, do readings. I still have a part-time daytime job that I do that keeps my benefits and keeps me, bringing money in. I don't do this full time. But I wanted to do something that reached people, inspired people, guided people. That's what I'm here for today, and I hope that is helping. So grab again another drink of your coffee, your protein shake. Taking a nice deep breath. Let's recap. Start your day with gratitude. I do the Grateful 8. Don't let others control how you feel, and that can be done through what you're watching, what you're taking in. Notice signs, synergy, and synchronistic events for what is going on in today. I talked about last week that the past is not real, the future is not real. It is our memories of the past that makes our past real, and it's our imagination of the future that makes our future real. But all we have is the time that we have right now. So start thinking about what you want to do with your life. Think about what you want to accomplish, what goals you want to have, what plans you want to make. Journal your manifestations. It's very important to bring out of your mind. If it stays up in here, it's just a daydream. But if you put it on paper, you speak it out, you put action behind it, you set intentions, a lot can change, guys. I promise. It's pretty cool stuff. So have fun with your visualizations. Be kind to yourself. We're in such a day and age where it's just competitive, and people we're losing a little bit of our civility. We talked about this in our circle. I'm in a spirit circle on Saturday, and we were talking about civility, of being civil to people. And one of the hardest lessons to learn while you're here is to smile in the face of somebody that's being mean to you or being unkind to you, and to be kind, caring, and compassionate in the face of myself included. So be kind to yourself, but be kind to others, and start to educate yourself on some spiritualism, not religion, but more spiritualism. Because for me, spiritualism is about your own journey. It's about what you want. Religions tend to have dogmas and controls and certain directions that you have to follow. Spiritualism is just about following that inner voice, that inner calling. And when you think, I always go back to Nikola Tesla. If you want to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, think in terms of let me rephrase that. If you want to unlock the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration is what I was trying to say. And Nikola Tesla had a lot about that, and that can be part of your spiritual path. Shamanism, getting out in nature, seeing the world as a bigger place than just what's in your mindset. So when manifesting, some of the things to pay attention to, I'm just going to give you some real 6 quick tips to help you with your manifesting journey. I always like to say, believe it, see it, achieve it. Most people want to see it first before they start believing it, and then most times they don't achieve it. Always stay positive when manifesting. When you're in a manifesting mindset, whether through its meditation or you're daydreaming, or you got let's say you got a vision board. Vision boards are really cool. Put up things that you would like to accomplish today. Because again, future is not real, past is not real. Our memories make our past real, and imagination makes our future real, but they're not real. We can't go back to them, and we can't go out and grab them because they haven't happened yet. So think about what you want to manifest. Stay positive, because the more positive you are, the more the energy is raised, and the more that you're bringing something into fruition, bringing it into your reality. Say it like it's already done. So instead of like saying, "Oh, I wish," or "I want," start changing your words to "I am," "I know," "I have." I think about Jesus all the time. There was a passage that he talked about out of one of the amazing books in the world, the Bible, just one of many, full of knowledge and philosophy and guidance. But he talked about pray as you've already received it. So the prayer, and again, that's a form of manifestation. So even back then, 3,000 years ago, he was talking about pray like you've already received it. And the same thing goes with manifestation. When you are manifesting, say it like you already have it. I am, I know, I do, I have, versus I feel, or I want, or I hope. Manifestation can really change for you when you really put that energy, but like it's already done. Don't spend time thinking about anything opposite to what you want. And so here's the Murphy's Law. Here's, we are Homo sapiens, which implies wise beings. At times I shake my head. But when we think of something, Murphy's Law kicks in, and the opposite. It's the angel and the devil on the shoulder, right? The angel whispering in your ear saying, "You can do this," and the devil's saying that, doubting, the devil of doubt. You can't do that. You'll fail. You'll be embarrassed, or it's too expensive. That's the opposite of what you're trying to manifest. So don't spend time thinking about. Don't put time and energy into your thoughts of worry and stress, especially when you're in a manifesting mindset. Manifesting is very important to be focused in on what you want. And when those thoughts creep up, and they will, I promise. Push them away. Say that's not adding to my dream of what I want to manifest for my life. Meditate on what you want. Most people, prayer is going out, but most people do not sit back and meditate in stillness and silence. And Rumi talked about how important it is. The more silent and still you are, the more you'll hear. So you don't know until you do. So that's all I can recommend to you. But I meditate every single day. I've been tracking it on my Insight Timer. Great free meditation application on the smartphone called Insight Timer. And I'm over 400 and some days. So I've been going for over a year straight of meditating on what I want. So meditate on what you want, because prayer is manifesting, prayer going out, or thoughts going out. And today's message is manifest. Thoughts are like boomerangs. So if your thoughts coming out, what are you doing to receive back, and that wait for that boomerang of thought to return to give you that next opportunity, that next contact, that next career, that next love relationship, whatever it is you're manifesting for. So meditate on what you want. Don't hesitate, meditate, as the old saying goes. When you see what you want and you're manifesting for what you want in your journey, see it, smell it, feel it, hear it. I tell people all the time when I'm working, if I'm in a mentorship capacity, is, okay, tell me this person, tell me this situation. Okay, what does it look like? Where do you see yourself? What does it smell like? What are the sounds you're hearing? What are the smells? Use all of your senses, because it's a gift. That's part of your gratitude, of the senses that you have. And what are your senses giving you on the ability to bring what's in your mind into your reality through the power of visualization, manifestation, and attracting what you want into your life. That's people, that's places, that's things, that's situations, that's energy. So see it, smell it, feel it, hear it, taste it. Use all of your senses. If it's real in your brain, it will be real in the physical. And I firmly believe that. And there's a lot that we can do. So again, if it's real in your brain, it's real in your physical. And that's going to be your tips for manifesting today. Just want to also say that some of the things for a positive mental attitude that I've learned, and this is coming right out of my sports medicine book here. Like I said, I took my graduate studies, and you can even see I used the old used book, because at that time, before digital books were expensive. Change the I can't statements to I can statements. This will help you with your manifestation. This will help you with your journey of keeping a positive mindset, of finding an attitude for gratitude. Don't make negative statements against people, against things, because that negativity, misery loves company, can bring your energy down. Always give 100% of your effort. The 4 agreements, I always go back to the 4 agreements. I do what I say I'm going to do. I do my best at what I'm going to do. I don't make assumptions, and I don't take it personally. It's not always easier. It's easier said than done at times, because there are certain situations or people that can really impact your journey. And just, hustle. Just like in sports, don't give up. Give it your best and get involved with whatever you want to do. Even if you're scared, even if you have a little bit of fear. Fear for me is false evidence appearing real. So don't buy into that fear, because we're the only species on earth that creates our own fear. There is real fear, and the body does one of 3 things: fight, flight, or freeze. But we create our own fear, so don't buy into that concept. That's where social media, the news can really get into that fear-based, fear sells, right? Coping with mistakes and failures, for me, manifesting is continually doing it over and over again and not giving up. Always move forward. That's why I love Marc and his passion for never giving up, always pounding the pavement, always be selling, always be, in that mindset to always move forward and not stay stagnant. Accept the fact that mistakes and failures are necessarily a part of the learning process. And that's coming right from the book. It's part of the learning process. So for me, fail is first attempt in learning. Apply that to your mindset. Apply that to your vocabulary. If I fail, I'm just learning something. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. But at the same time, don't make excuses. Accepting responsibility will help turn your failures into success. If you push it off and say it's somebody else's fault, if you don't want to, do it, make excuses, then it won't happen. It's part of manifesting is not making excuses, bringing what you want into your life from the mindset right here, the third eye, and turning failures into success by taking responsibility and not procrastinating and making excuses. Stay positive even after all of our stupid mistakes. We've all made them. That's part of the process of life. Learning life is a skill. And we do it by time, and we do it by doing and learning. Learn to interpret the situation as a challenge rather than a threat. So again, how do you visualize what's about to happen or what's going to happen in your life? See it as a challenge. Don't look at it as a threat. And recognize if you have too much tension, or if you have too much stress, if you have too much worry, take a step back. Focus on your breathing. Focus on manifesting. Focus on visualization. Focus on getting out of nature. Take some deep breaths. Meditate. Observe, don't react. That can help you with any kind of challenging situation. So those are just a little bit of tips this morning for your journey on manifesting and remembering that your thoughts are like boomerangs. If you've got bad thoughts going out, bad thoughts going to circumvent back to you just like a boomerang does. So think about your thoughts, think about how you want to manifest, and think about what you want to bring into your reality. I teach on manifestation, mindfulness, awareness, intuition is part of my spiritual practice, because I think it's a big part of the work I do as a medium, as a spiritual light worker, as a psychic. And everybody has this. You don't have to be special to do this. It's about vocation and putting in and getting out what you put in. So think about your gifts, think about your senses, think about your journey. What do you want to do today? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to manifest? Dare to dream, dare to explore, dare to live. That's part of the dream process. The crystal for this week is Apatite, Apatite. This is a great crystal to use for manifesting. What it does, it's an interface point. It's blue. It can be yellow, green, gray, blue, or white. It comes from Russia, Norway, Mexico, and the United States. Apatite. And it is an interface point. So if you hold it, as the sun comes out on my face, that's kind of cool. It's an interface point between consciousness and matter. So it's great stone for manifesting, and it promotes a humanitarian attitude, inclined towards service. So myself, even my spiritual journey, I've changed to become more of a humanitarian. Mindfulness of the planet, mindfulness of our oceans, mindfulness of other species that share this planet with us. That's part of the humanitarian approach. So Apatite's great for Apatite. Apatite is great for creating a focal point for your manifestation. So hold that, manifest what you want, and see where it takes you. It's all about the journey, not the destination. But again, the journey starts, the journey of 1,000 miles always begins with that single step. So if you haven't taken that single step, I encourage you to do that today. so you can start creating the future and planting the seeds today for the future you want tomorrow. So the gazelle is the totem animal spirit for the week, so pay attention to the gazelle. And the reason I chose the gazelle this morning, it's about trusting your instincts to determine how you respond to certain situations. The gazelle can move very quickly. It's an observer. So if you see the gazelle, think about it. Boy, that sun's really coming out. We get sun in Seattle. I know it's very rare, but it does happen. No, it's actually, we get sun a lot. But as far as how you respond, think about the gazelle. Does the gazelle need to get away from a situation, observes, but it's very quick. So be like the gazelle. So if you're seeing the gazelle on your journey this week, it's telling you to pay attention, to trust your intuition and your instincts. The numerology for this week is the number 48. So the 4 and 8, and the 8 is the infinity. It's about financial discipline. So think about what you want to do. That's the message from the numerology is think about your finances, getting out of debt, because debt does make you a slave to other things. And you don't want to be in debt paying for things that you can't take with you on your journey anyway. So think about the things that you own, because in the sense, the things that you own end up owning you. So I'm going to sign off for today. I'll be back here in about 2 minutes for the Prospecting Q&A after show. But I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning. And I'll be back, like I said, for the Prospecting Q&A after show. If you want to hang around, I'll be answering your questions. And if not, have a great rest of your week. I'll be back next Monday, and we have an encore show of Inspired Living Radio on Wednesday, so off this week for the radio show. But have a happy 4th of July if you're here in the United States, and make it a great week. Until I talk to you again, be kind, be caring, be compassionate. Namaste.